Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وقاسم الجبارين مبين الظالمين ملك الحاربين ربيع الشهداء والصادقين المعصوم الأحمد وحبيب قلوبنا إمام أبو القاسم محمد
اللهم صل على محمد.
الحمد لله الذي جعلنا متوسلين بولايتك على إمام والمشرق والمغرب سيدا ومولاي علي بن أبي طالب
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
وأهل البيت الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المظلومين وقال الحق بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وقال ربكم ادعوني أستغفر لكم إن الذين يستكبرون عن عبادتي سيدخلون غنم داخلين سواء.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Right now I've just recited ayat 60 from Surah Al-Mu'min, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "And saith your Lord, call ye unto me, I will answer you. Verily those who are arrogant to serve me shall soon enter hell with disgrace." According to Ayatollah al-Kuya, this indicates that no prayer from man is without the response from God. The response may be in complete accord to what man has prayed for, or it may be a blessing in other shape and form, depending upon and in God's knowledge to what is advantageous to the supplicant. On this basis, what dua is better than the dua of Ahlul Bayt, namely that of the fourth Imam? As the Masumin themselves said, dua is itself one of the best forms of devotion to God, and no devotion is left without reward. There is nothing more loved by Allah than man asking and beseeching Him for His bounties, and there is nothing which is disliked by Allah more than one who refrains from such devotion and does not beseech for His bounties. Prayers from the Rasul and Ahlul Bayt are especially clear directives to man to beseech Allah for even the most minute things of this life or the hereafter. Seek whatever you want and like, but from Him and no one else. Of course, the exemplar of this concept of dua and zikr is none other than our beloved fourth Imam, Ali ibn Hussein Zainul Abidin Sayyid al-Sajidin.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
In Kitab al-Irshad, Imam Bakir has narrated a story. Imam Zainul Abidin had carried out a type of worship that no one had ever carried out before. Imam Bakir saw that his father's color was gone. His face and body were pale while in prayers. His eyes were dry and swollen from being up all night in prayers and supplications. His forehead was heavily bruised, and nose was compressed severely from all this time spent in sajda. And his legs and feet were all swollen from standing in qiyam for such an extended period of time. Imam Bakir said that he could not control himself and started weeping when seeing his father in such a state, stating, "May Allah have mercy on him." The fourth Imam then turned and said, "My son, give me some of those parchments which state the practice of worship of Ali ibn Abu Talib." Imam Bakir gave it to his father, and the fourth Imam read it for some time and then dropped his prayers in awe, saying, "Who is strong enough to perform the worship of Amir al-Mu'mineen? This is the Sayyid al-Sajidin, expressing wonder, and is in complete awed astonishment at the worship of Haidar al-Ghar, going to show the azmat of Imam Ali's Amal, which has many examples, namely Du'a Kumel. Muhammad al-Qurayshi, a companion of the fourth Imam, says, when our Imam used to do wuzu, his skin would begin to turn yellow. His family would ask Mola, "What has afflicted you?" And Imam would answer, "Don't you know whom you are preparing to stand before?" reminding us to pay careful heed as to how we prepare for our salat, and reminding us not only to never neglect it, but when we initiate prayer, clear our physical space, mental clutter, all those other distractions to focus purely on the Almighty. As the Imam reminds us, we are indeed preparing to stand before the highest of the high, the Aziz, Azim, Rahman and Rahim. Salat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Nare Haidari. Ali.
Once our Imam was reading Salat, deep in prostration and prayer to the Almighty, Shaitan, in the form of a large snake, came slithering towards the Imam. It proceeded to bite and completely chew off the toes of the Imam while the Imam was in sajda, sending poisonous venom throughout the Imam's body. However, Imam was in such deep spiritual connection with Allah, truly embodying the concept of sajda as a mirage of the moment, that he did not react to this attack by Shaitan. When he finished the Salat, Allah ordered the Imam to smack the snake that Shaitan was embodying. As the Imam did so, the snake shriveled up and went away, and the Imam's wound healed up, and a voice came from the heavens stating, Ana Zainul Abidin. Salat.
Allahumma salli ala Mashallah wa ali Muhammad.
According to Ayat al-Bakr Sharif al-Qurayshi, Imam, when asked about philosophy of worship and zikr, he repeated the same mantra shared by his grandfather Ameen.
Yeah. Allah Muhammad.
Nare Takbir.
Allah.
Nare Risalat. Nare Haidari.
Ali.
Imam Zainul Abidin said that he did not worship for the reward of heaven, as then he would be like a good servant who only works when he is desirous. And he did not worship for the fear of hell, as he would then be like a bad servant who only works when he is afraid. Instead, Imam says, I worship Allah through His bounties and blessings, hence He is worthy of worship. Simply, Imam has the absolute firm direct connection with his Creator and finds Him worthy of worship. Imam goes on to say, indeed, if people worship Allah the Almighty due to fear of Him, the worship is that of slaves. And if they worship Him because of desirable reward, the worship is like that of traitors. Instead, if they worship Allah purely to show gratefulness towards Him, the worship is that of a free man. Salawat.
Allahumma
We have already discussed Imam's wuzu in preparation for prayer. Before praying, Imam would always perfume himself as if he was facing his Lord, and he would wear coarse woolen garments to be able to face his Creator humbly. While standing in prayer himself, as mentioned in this Asada story, Imam would not feel or even slightly notice things going around him or even happening to him. The narrators state, he stood during prayer as a base slave who stood before a great king. He prayed the prayer of one who was soon to leave this world, thinking he would never pray again. Once, a companion of the Imam, Abu Hamza al-Tumali, was watching Imam pray in awe, asking Imam afterwards about his supreme spiritual elevation, and complete unawareness of his surroundings during praying. Imam then said, don't you know before whom I have been standing? Verily, Allah does not accept the servant's prayer unless his heart clings to Him. There is another story commonly narrated to demonstrate the azmat of Imam's ibadah and the complete connection which he had in prayer. Once, a fire occurred in the Imam's house, but he paid no attention to the fire, for he was busy praying. When he was finished, people asked him worriedly about the fire, and Imam replied, the greatest fire in the hereafter distracted me from this small fire. It is an attitude towards prayer and these qualities which indeed make the Imam Zainul Abidin and Sayyid al-Sajidin, and we must use them. We must use them and his prayers as our most pristine role model for our own ibadah, as we strive to become closer to Allah through the guidance and wasila of the Ahlul Bayt. All of the biographers of the fourth Imam's life agree that Imam Zainul Abidin prayed 1,000 rakats day and night. And of course, like the Ahlul Bayt, he never missed a nawafil or night prayer, telling his followers, these prayers are not mandatory for you, but I want you to habituate yourself in them. During the day, Imam would always be doing tasbihs, glorifying Allah, stating, glory be to Him whose light illuminates every darkness. Glory to Him who predetermines every power through His power. Glory be to Him who has concealed Himself from His servants except through their souls. Hence there is nothing to conceal Him. Glory and praise belong to Allah. Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
As Imam Sajjad was a master of all worshippers, it is worth noting all aspects of his ibadat aside from salat. It is stated by many narrators that Imam spent most of his lifetime fasting, taking a break for only Eids and traveling. To his followers, Imam Zain al-Abidin left us the best of all guidance for how to achieve this level of worship to Allah through his many du'as. Indeed, reading a du'a that Sayyid al-Sajidin himself prayed to Allah with is a huge honor, and these treasures can never be forgotten. Of course, when mentioning the Imam's legacy of leaving behind a treasure trove of du'as for his Shia, we can't forget one of the greatest works of Shia literature, Sajidiyya. This is truly a tremendous treasure, and we as Shias are greatly honored to have the privilege of reading this inheritance of Islam, which scholars call the sister of the Quran, the Gospel and palms of the Ahlul Bayt. The chains of narrations for this blessed book goes all the way back to Imam Muhammad al-Baqir himself, who received it from his father. It has been confirmed by over 56,000 independent authorities, but indeed, the strongest proof of its authenticity is his pure words, matchless eloquence, excellent meanings, and extreme humbleness towards Allah. Listening to the Imam's du'as in this book, one can truly see the complete freedom and detachment from the material world, with full devotion and fleeing to Allah. And the repeated themes in the Imam's du'as make it clear that it is an act of foolishness and vanity to place their hopes in anyone rather than Allah. Despite their great apparent importance, they are indeed weak and in need of support themselves. Also, the dua state that people who do seek honor, might, and exaltation through a way other than through Allah, all their hopes will become to nothing and will completely lose everything. Indeed, Imam notes in the duas that might and power are only in the hands of Allah, Azza wa Jal. Imam states, O Allah, I show sincerity by cutting myself off from everything but you. I approach you with my whole self. I averted my face from everyone else. I cease to ask from anyone who cannot do without your bounty. How many people have I seen, my God, who sought exaltation through other than you and were abased, who wanted wealth from someone else and became poor. He wanted to rise high and fall low. The theological and spiritual concepts within this tremendous piece of literature clearly comes from deep meditation and a pure mind. And many of the highest of our ulama depend to write about and understand the nature of man's relationship with his Lord. For without the Imam's writing ideas, we would be completely at a loss as to how to approach our Creator. A small excerpt displays the divine brilliance of the Imam and shows how he is teaching us how to approach Allah. Imam states, praise belongs to Allah, the first with the first before him, and the last without the last after him. Beholders' eyes fall short of seeing him. Describers' imagines are not able to depict him. He devised them in accordance with his will, with the devising. But what distinguishes these du'as from this Imam from all the other du'as we have inherited is absolute humbleness and lowliness before Allah, with a sincere pleading and neediness towards Allah. For indeed, the ulama has stated one quality, distinguished our fourth Imam for the rest, is his gentleness and lament. Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Imam Sajjad's words were not just limited to prayers and supplication to our Lord. He also took a stand against injustice, speaking openly and bravely in the courts of Kufa and Sham, and the courts of tyrants Ibn Ziyad and Yazid, narrating to the world who he is and who his family were, the horrendous and unspeakable tragedies they had undergone, and the magnanimity of the evil that was committed by these accursed villains. Salawat. रहाय सज्जाद ने कितने दुख उठाए हैं हुसैन का वो प्यारा जहरा का वो पोता अली का वो लाल कितने दुख उठाए हैं वो सख्त बीमारी के आलम ने अपना उजड़ता हुआ घर देखा जहरा का उजड़ता हुआ चमन देखा हाय उस बीमारी का हाल और उस पे 3 दिन की भूख और प्यास उस पे न चचा अब्बास रहे न अली अकबर न कासिम रहे न औन मोहम्मद अरे हद तो ये है कि असगर भी न रहा बाबा कभी सर कटा और सज्जाद कुछ न कर सका हाय शाम गरीबा जब ढल गई, ज़ैनब ने जब सज्जाद को गशी के हाल से उठाया तो सज्जाद